is giving yourself a license to chill. That means that for the longest period of time, and I think this is a bias among a lot of people who look at what the spa people do per se, is we're doing something to your body. What happened to the brain? Sure, we were working with that, but did we really understand anything about what was happening? Lo and behold, over the last several years especially, we have new tools. These are brain scans. We peer into your brain with PET scans and functional MRIs. We do things to you, and then we watch what happens inside that little head of yours. And this is what we found. When you meditate, you take the smarty pants part of the brain, which is the prefrontal cortex, tap your foreheads. It's right behind there. It's all that great stuff. And what you actually do is you activate it. So it's been sitting there hammered by stress. It actually gets damaged and impaired by constant stress. But when you meditate, and it doesn't matter what form of meditation, we've studied mindfulness and transcendental meditation mostly because they're easy. They're a little easier to work with as scientists. And what we found is it actually lights up like Kyoto at nighttime. We didn't know that. When it lights up, the stress center in other parts of the brain dampen down. See, you can't be joyful and blissful and toxically stressed at the same time. It's impossible. Your choice. Once that happened, and some of this is now leaking out into the consumer press, people started signing up for meditation like there was no tomorrow. Why? Because now they saw results. It's like they had to see something like this go on, to have a license to chill. So this is sort of using your head. How else do you use your head, and what else are we getting out of this? Well, if the smarty pants part of the brain is really what we want to strengthen and power up, how else do we do that? Going inward is important. Going out to get in is too, thus eco-psychology. We now have brilliant research that has been mounting over the course of the last 10 years. I was just talking to Louis here, the great filmmaker, you know how ridiculous it is that we have to spend millions of dollars to figure out that taking a walk in the park is a really cool thing. I call it a KGO, a keen grasp of the obvious. But again, people needed to understand that. We're coming full circle. We used to be out there all the time, now we're getting back out there. And so many of the spas now offer this extraordinary opportunity to be able to go out and do the Labyrinth at Miraval and the Golden Door and Rancho La Puerta and others. And what does that do? It reduces cortisol levels for hours afterwards. What does taking a walk do in general? It builds you a bigger brain. It induces neurogenesis, which means that you will now have a greater growth of brain cells all throughout the brain, especially in the prefrontal cortex. It also allows you to heal what's happened to the prefrontal cortex as it's been hammered by stress. So all of this is phenomenal. This is what we want. In science, we needed science to be able to tell us to go back to our roots, a license to chill. The next one is anti-aging.